Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thanks
Good
so much
morning.
for taking time out of your day to join us. Just a reminder, everybody knows, but I'm just saying it out loud. We're recording this and I will be posting it on the blog probably tomorrow at the latest on Monday. So I just want to share my screen for a minute. I want to remind everybody that there are help buttons on the MIS. I just want to get to. So here are the help buttons that are at the top of most pages. And if there is an update, if we have added more information or changed information, you're going to see these little date stamps right here that tell you about the most recent change. Okay, so just keep an eye on that. Again, we have videos on there and helpful hints for anything having to do with this particular page. The next item I want to talk about are email addresses. So in the past, we have asked that you guys send us tickets with any email changes for your team. Well, that's not necessary any longer. Any email changes that occur on the MIS will be directly sent to us so we can update listservs. Remember that everyone can and should update their email addresses when they change on the MIS. This is located under settings. Change password email is where this is done. Program managers. You guys should check your contract dates and make sure that they are up to date. They are directly connected to the default dates on the report catalog. Excuse me. You can update your contract dates or just check on the contract dates under settings in the data entry column, and that's where the program information form is. This would be on the second tab of that form. And just one more thing that I have to share before I turn it over to you guys is that the programmers have done a wonderful thing. From now on, if there's an internet connection issue, the submit button on all forms will be grayed out. This is to alert the users to check your internet connection, and also just to let you know, if there's no internet connection, you are at risk for losing your documentation. So just be aware of that. And that's all I have. So now it's your turn and you guys can ask any questions.
Well, thanks everyone for the short meeting, and I'll see you next month. I'm just joking. So
I don't know if this is a suggestion or asking a question. We recently been looking at service plans, and I noticed that they have an alert that comes on if they haven't been updated in
No one
72
has a
days.
question?
Huh?
no, she's asking a
Melissa, I
question.
can't hear you if
I
you are
can.
asking a question.
Someone's asking a question and I hear it. It sounds good. No problem,
Can you
Melissa.
hear
I
me?
can hear you. I can hear you fine.
Okay. So, there's an alert on staff's page if they haven't updated their service plan, or other alerts, I guess, possibly with that alert tab. Is there a way for supervisors to have it on their dashboard when it comes to a point where they haven't updated their service plan, so we're aware of it as well? Because I don't often go into, I approve things, but I'm not constantly checking every single family to make sure we're a small family or a small contract. So I just didn't know if there's a way to put that on the dashboard, or if that's an option so we can be alerted as well when it comes to a point where it gets so far out. Because some of our staff are really good at updating monthly. Sometimes we try to get it. tell them quarterly, but sometimes that apparently is slipping. So I just didn't know.
There's no reason we can't add something like that to the supervisor dashboard. I don't know if we want to add it at the 72-day mark, but maybe at the 90-day mark when it is out of date, we could put up
Okay.
something that says these are the ones that are 90 days, service plans that are 90 days too late. Or, gosh, you probably want to have a little more time. Say 80 days. That makes sense.
Yeah, I just kind of wondered because I don't know if there's any other alerts that come up there because I'm not quite sure if staff even recognize that little red triangle in the corner. To even know to check that it's an alert for something. So I don't know how many other alerts are in that tab on a staff or on a family chart. So I just didn't know if they're paying attention enough and I can tell them. Doesn't mean they're always going to remember. So other ways to be reminded of it. And so supervisors and program managers can also be reminded so we can discuss that in supervision or address it if we need it outside of supervision. Something just so I know it's great to have all this stuff now. I just didn't know if it was possible.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I don't know where exactly we'll put it yet, but we'll definitely put on our list of things to do that will show service plans that are greater than 80 days since the last update. That way you'll have a little bit of time to at least discuss it before they actually become too late.
Okay. Thank you.
I also noticed I was updating a service plan with my staff, and I know we have the new, where you can mark them as a priority. And instead of pre-fill new entry, it's, update the service plan. But now it was fixed before, but now it's not in sequential order anymore. It used to be in order by the date. Like, for example, I put something in, the other day for September, and it's all the way down at the bottom of the page again.
Could you repeat that, Sheila? I'm sorry, I didn't quite get the issue. You're in Healthy Families and you're in the supervisor dashboard?
No, I'm updating a service.
I can't
plan.
quite hear you. You're very quiet.
Oh, I don't know why. I'm updating a service plan.
Yeah. Corey, can you hear it better? I'm having a
Yeah,
really hard time.
so she's updating the service plan,
Okay.
And it's
and I
not,
think it's a sorting.
yes. And I tried to like hit that button, but it's not sorting it by date.
So I'm actually just looking for a case with service plans and I can't seem to find one. So you're saying that when you, okay, so
This might be more of a technical support question, Corey.
yeah,
Maybe they should put
it
in.
definitely is. And so Sheila, you're saying that when you click the little gray up and down arrows, it's not sorting by date? Because I just found a case, and if you click on the little gray arrows on the service plan, it should sort by date. I just tried it. It's the little gray up and down arrows that are to the right of date updated on the service plan updates in forms.
You're muted, Sheila. If you're talking, we cannot hear you.
It doesn't change any. It doesn't bring the most recent, like the most recent one is September. It doesn't bring it up to the top.
Can
And
you
I did
share your
that.
screen? Would you mind sharing your screen?
Can I do that if I didn't post the meeting?
Yeah. There's no reason. Unless Corey locked you out.
I don't think I did.
Mhm.
At the
And if
bottom,
you
there
need
should be the
help,
share.
let me know, Sheila. I can go there and help you out.
You can see what? Nope.
Yep, you're doing it.
Yeah, but I don't have the right thing.
That's all right. You get your
I'm
screen
trying to
shared.
find it. Thought I hit the right one.
So this is one service plan. We can see your service plan, but the service
Okay.
plan list is what we're looking at.
The list, yeah. So if you hit the arrows, it doesn't bring it doesn't bring the 9 up on top.
Are
Well,
you clicking
You're on the wrong, you're on the plan implemented though. Go to the date.
Yeah, go to the date.
Go up. Go back to where you were. Yeah, and no, go, yeah, perfect.
Right.
To the left, you see date next to additional source.
Right, and then it's the arrows next to, right. There you go.
Each one sorts each column.
Mhm.
Okay,
So there you have
So-
September.
all right, so I have to go through every one and fix them then, because they all got mixed up again.
Yeah, well, that's how you sort though, is on that date function, not
Right.
on, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but, okay, so, but they were in order, and then all of a sudden they weren't, so that is just like a glitch that happens every now and then?
I don't know what you mean by out of order, but
Yeah. I mean, all of these, anytime you see the gray arrows, you can sort. And so, maybe possibly you hit a sort button that was review status or plan, but if you want to sort in date order, then you click that little gray arrow to the right of date.
and if you want to go back to the way it was originally, just exit out of this service plan and go back into it. It'll default the sort back to the way it was originally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So someone had their hand, Angela, you had
Angela,
your hand up.
Good morning. I don't know if this was addressed or not, but I was wondering how to, in a referral form, when we originally get the referral from DHS, we put the referral in, and
Okay.
then we start going for contacts. Let me go in it real quick to make sure I'm saying it right.
So
We don't-
Angela, I'm sorry. Did you watch the referral form video?
I believe yeah. But the problem that we're having it's not, so when we get ready to do the engagement log, what's in the referral part does not go over to there. So what we're having to do is copy and paste the notes that's in the referral part and put it into case notes in order for it to carry over to the engagement log.
So I think that your confusion is that the case note that your contact information on a referral form is completely different than the contact information on the engagement log. The
Okay.
contacts that you're making on the referral is just to determine eligibility and the participant's desire to join the program. The engagement log are the contact or the case notes on that are once you've determined eligibility, once the family has said that they want to join the program, then your contact information and your case notes are the efforts made to actually enroll the family. They are completely different. That's why they don't transfer from the referral form to the case. They're completely different.
Thank you.
I have a question. One of the young ladies on the team said to me that she had put in a ticket when she was doing a narrative to get a little bit more space. And I don't know if me and my manager misunderstood it on the last call, that if you needed some more space, you can't get it for everyone, but you may be able to get it for that particular one. Case that you're working on as she was doing the narrative. And it came back that she probably should have just downsized the information.
Yes.
Is that correct? Or are you allowed to, because I thought I misunderstood, but my manager had explained it to us too, that you can write a ticket to get in. And when she went to ask more questions, she said the ticket was closed, so she didn't get to express whatever else. But once the ticket is closed, can she still continue to
Well,
send
ticket-
another more information?
Yeah, so the ticket is just for technical support. It's not specific to the case. If they're trying to put more information into a home visit log, that's separate from a ticket. The
Oh, no,
ticket was the
I'm
request.
aware of that. I'm saying once she finished writing, like whoever she spoke to had said, okay, and that was it, and closed it, but she still had something she wanted to ask. I'm saying that once that ticket closed, even if it's closed, can she still continue to communicate with that person as
Oh
well?
yeah, you can always reply to the ticket and it'll reopen it automatically. Yes.
All right,
The
so
problem
thank
though is that those OCFS and us and analysts and researchers, I believe we have at least, I think, 1,500 characters. I forgot. It's very large. If it's important to be concise to a point in your writing, so that it doesn't become so unwieldy that there's no way of really researching the information or doing any analysis of it. So, yeah, they can always reply to the ticket, but the chances of us increasing the size, I mean, we can do it. It's just at some point it becomes unwieldy to do any kind of research on the data at all for each field
Right.
being greater than, like, say, 1,500 characters.
I guess it was more of an intense case, one that she doesn't get all the time, and she wanted to capture the additional information. So my manager had told her, "Oh yeah, you definitely can do that." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I was in a meeting. They said you can. You're not going to be doing it every case or every time you go to write a narrative. Don't do that. But if it's something that's specific and you wanted to capture some more, I believe you can." But she said she
Yeah,
was
no, you
told
can't do it
no.
on a specific case. We'd either have to change the entire application or not change the entire application. It's not for one case at a time that we can open it up.
Okay,
I have
so
a
that's probably where we
suggestion.
misunderstood it.
I have a suggestion. If she has, you know, significant amount of information, perhaps she could write it all in a Word document and then upload that document into case documents. So everything, and she could date the home visit and whatever, but all that information would be still in the case, and you wouldn't have to worry about the space in the home visit.
Mhm. Maybe she should just condense it. I don't. But thank you for the suggestion. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, and I do have one more question, and I hope I don't interrupt anybody else. One of the things they were asking me is sometimes when they have a referral and they do go to say they made, the eligibility contact with the person, and they click the submit, it becomes a pre-assessment. But the pre-assessments go into their their cases as well. And I was asked if it's possible to have a box that has the pre-assessment and one box that has just the active caseload.
Are you a two-step program? Because I don't know, Chris, I thought that all New York was one step. I don't understand why.
No, pre-assessment. Could you explain the question again? Once you're done with the pre-assessment, you move to the front. Yeah, could you just kind of re-explain the question, Fatima?
I may be saying it incorrectly. So they have a referral. And so once they make contact, they put, they do the drop down that they make contact. And they hit submit, it automatically goes into it says pre-assessment. The pre-assessment is mixed in between their active cases, and they were asking, could they have, and I said, I really don't know, a box that has the active cases and one that just has the ones that are pre-assessments that they're still working to see if they will take the program.
Are you talking about the referral dashboard?
It is on a
Do you think
referral
you can share your
dashboard.
screen?
No, I think she's talking for somebody else. So the referrals are separate from active cases. And so right on the homepage, you can just click on referrals whenever they want, and that'd be like a whole separate area. And then under their current caseload, that should show up on their dashboard. So that should be separated for them.
Right. The current caseload does show up on their dashboard, but if they click in the referral that has not accepted the program yet, and they say that they is a contact eligibility, it goes into the active also, but it says pre-assessment. So you'll see the active cases as well as the pre-assessment.
Have them put in a ticket. I don't quite understand it. I'd like to see screenshots of what they're talking about.
Me too.
If I can share my screen, and I may be saying it incorrectly, it might. See if I can bring up one of their. If I can.
Oh, maybe. So you're saying that they've confirmed eligibility and they filled out the screen afterwards, and now they're being brought onto their active pre-assessment caseload?
Yes.
I think anytime you confirm eligibility, it will go into pre-assessment, and that doesn't mean they're enrolled in the program. It just means you're actively trying to engage them in the program. And all you have to do is like the daily, like how you contact them, whether it be text, phone, outreach, whatever. So they're
No, I'm
not
clear
active
about that. That
program.
wasn't my question. No, but
Okay,
thank you
I just
because
want to
it
make
gave
sure I
me a little
understood
bit
like
more
what was
clarity.
happening and how.
No. Thank
My
you. I
apologies.
appreciate that. No, please don't apologize. That brought more clarity because I may not be saying it correctly. But you're correct. But what I'm saying is they're asking, can it not be in the same box as their active ones?
So when
So
on the box where it says like level 1 or level 1 prenatal, and then it has pre-assessment,
it has all the so if you have 10,
10
all 10
families, quote
in
unquote.
with the active,
Okay.
yeah.
So
And that's
there's
what they
on the workers case thing, it does tell you like your active list, and it will like level 1, level 2, level 4, pre-assessment, postnatal or prenatal level 1. So the prenatal, like all those are together with the pre-assessments. She's asking if you can have the active, already enrolled people in one box and those in the pre-assessment in another box. Is that
Mhm.
right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
You said it much
Sorry,
better
I
than me.
didn't know.
So under active cases, what I would recommend at that point is just there's a sorting option on the level.
Let me see
And
I
so if
can-
they just sort on the current level, they'll just see the ones that are on level 1, level 2, and they can push the other ones down to the bottom, the ones they don't want to look at right off the bat.
I never knew that. So, okay.
Yes,
I'm
kind of
sorry
like
about
what Angela asked about early. Oh, sorry, Sheila was asking about earlier. Was next to all of our grids, there are these gray up and down arrows, and by clicking on the one on the active cases in the dashboard under current level, it'll sort specifically by their level, so they can get rid of those either, and they can just ignore those prenatal ones all at one time in one click.
Yeah. Those gray arrows are everywhere on the MIS, on the report catalog, they're in forms, they're on your dashboards. And anytime you see the gray arrows, it means that they're sortable.
All right, I'm looking now. Let's see if I see it. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that'll push them to a different location. So levels will start first with the word level, and you won't see the pre-assessment ones till the very end because P comes after L. So they'll be at the very end. There'll be a way of just kind of ignoring them for now.
All right, gotcha. Thank you. Yes, I see how that works. Thank you.
Cool.
I have a question too. If I play the role as a supervisor and I go in and I'm talking about something in their supervision notes and I check the box to follow up at the next supervision, when I go back to when I do the next supervision, what is my alert to tell me to check on that? Isn't there a little thing that says I have to follow up?
Yeah, on the supervision form, and I just want to make sure that I'm looking at it correctly. So just give me a minute, I'm just getting into. So on the supervision forms, if you click on the activities prior session,
Uh-huh.
and so that will give you any like alerts
Okay,
that.
that's what I thought.
Okay,
Yep, great, thank you.
you're welcome.
Chris, I like your background, and Corey, I haven't seen you in forever, so hello.
Hi.
I have a question about Cheers check-ins. I apologize if this has been asked before. I'm not sure. So the Cheers check-ins, they're supposed to be done twice a year for each year for the child. And if for some reason, let's say the staff couldn't get the 4 to 6 month one done and they're doing it at 7 months, are we supposed to be putting it where it says 4 to 6 or where it says other? And if we're putting it in other, does it still count in the report?
The report is counting 2 per year. Let me just double check that. It might take a little bit. someone else can ask a question while I look at that. But I believe the report is just checking for 2 in the last year, but it might be looking at that 4 to 6. Someone
Yeah.
else can ask another question. I'll take a quick look at that.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
Chris, while you take a look at it, I'm like, my understanding is that you would put it under the 4 to 6 month. It would look like it was out of window, but at least you're like in the right bucket, I guess. But Chris is gonna look at the code, so he'll be able to answer that.
Okay, thank you so much.
This is Kylie. I had just had this issue and just put a ticket in, and it's gonna stay out a window and not fall off.
Right.
But it
and-
still would
and-
count in the report.
It doesn't count in your performance target when you run your program. It will still come up as a invalid case.
So you'll have to put it into the 4 to 6 month, but it'll be out of
Yep.
window.
Correct. Is what the feedback was.
Right, and that's was my understanding as well.
Okay, so then what is the other 4?
You can
The
do more than
other-
just the ones that are in the list. You can do
Okay.
a 4 to 6 month one, and you could say, you know what, we're doing another one at 7 months or at 11 months or something like that.
Okay,
If they don't fit in the window, use the other, but if they're late, use the window. Yeah, that's how the report's written. It's looking specifically for those items being in there for that time period.
okay. Thank you.
Coming up around a half hour, so we definitely have time for more questions if you have them. The next Healthy Family meeting is scheduled for October 17th. That's a Thursday at 11 a.m. And I will be sending invites to everybody with the Zoom information, but all of the Zoom information is also located on the blog, on the homepage of the blog. And if no one has any more questions, I guess I'll end it. Just have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.
Take care.